See a bard in the corner. Hi everyone, it's Bardic Whispers here, and today I'm going to be going through another quick character build. So today I have actually written through a few different sort of characters by now, and if you've watched any of my other, that does not work, if you've seen any of my other videos, you will know that I have created a Cleric before, and I've created or read through the vampire traits and stuff. So what I would like to do today is go through and create a Yuan-ti vampire Cleric. So I hope you can see why I think that's interesting and everything. So we'll hop straight into it. So what I'll do is, and as I said in my previous theme, I have the Monsters and Universe, which opens up a few different races and stuff, which is super exciting for me. Yuan-ti 36. So, I hope everyone's doing super duper great. As I've said previously in some of my other videos, I'm having a bit of creative crossroads, having a bit of issues with different things. I'm feeling a little bit unwell, but I'm hoping that everyone else is feeling good and well at this stage of their lives. And as always, if you want to talk about it, jump out. I'm also looking at creating a Roll20 account. So I had some comments about Roll20 and stuff. Apologies about the plane, but I'm just going to push through. So Yuan-ti Cleric Vampire. Let's just get that down. So some additional things for the Yuan-ti. Yuan-ti were originally humans who transformed themselves into serpent folk. Through ancient rituals, most Yuan-ti were corrupted into monsters by those rites. But some Yuan-ti instead became new people who mixed characteristics of humans and snakes, blessed with resistance and magical poisonous effects by the rituals that created them. Each of these Yuan-tis manifests their serpentine heritage in a variety of ways. A forked tongue, snake eyes, a snake-like nose, or for some other Ophidian characteristics. However the Yuan-ti looks, they have the power to pursue great good and evil in the multiverse. Yuan-ti traits: they are humanoid, size medium to small. Depending on the race, speed is 30 feet, dark vision, they can see in dim light with 60 feet, with bright light into the darkness. If they were in dim light, you discern colours and darkness only in shades of grey. Magical resistance, you have an advantage on saving throws. Poison resilience, you have an advantage on saving throws that make you avoid or end poison condition on yourself, and also have resistance on poison damage. Poison damage resistance. I'm filming this on Tuesday, and it seems that Tuesday is the most heavy, plane traffic for me these days. Serpentine spellcasting. you know the poison spray cantrip. You can cast Animal Friendship on an unlimited number of times with this trait, but you can target only snakes with it. Starting at 3rd level, you can also cast Suggestion with this trait. Once you cast it, you can't do this again until you've finished on long rest. You can cast this using any spell slots that you have 2nd level or higher. Intelligence, Wisdom, or Charisma is your spell casting ability for those spells when you cast them with the trait. Choose when you select this race. So the Yuan-ti has a few different spells, things. And friends with snakes. Okay. So as always, I always roll up different items and stuff for these characters to help with the backstory when I'm thinking off the top, but with the sort of race of Yuan-ti, we might do it slightly different, but we'll see how we go with this. So I'm going to jump to the Cleric class, and we're going to look at what we think is going to be the best Cleric setup. Okay, we've got the Divine. We have the Knowledge Domain. Divine Domain. Knowledge Domain. Life Domain. Light Domain. Nature Domain, Trickery Domain, War Domain, I think we're going to go with Nature Domain because of the snake issues. So, Nature Domain. Gods of nature are as varied as natural world itself. From the inscrutable gods of the deep forest, such as Sylvanus, Obdahai, Chislev, Bilnor, and Pan, to friendly deities associated with particular springs and groves, such as Eldath. So spells, 1st level Animal Friendship, what you already have, and Speak with Animals, Bark Skin, Spike Growth, Plant Growth, Wind Wall, Dominate Beast, Grasping Vines, Insect, Plague, and Tree Stride. So an Acolyte of Nature, at 1st level you learn 1 Druid cantrip, Survival, handling and stuff. Charm Animals and Plants at 2nd level. Dampen Elements, starting at 6th level you have a creative creature within 30 feet, takes acid, cold, fire damage, or thunder damage. You can use your reaction to grant resistance. That's pretty cool. Create resistance for allies. Divine Strike. At 8th level you gain the ability to infuse your weapon with strikes of divine energy. Master of Nature. At 17th level you can command animals and plants and creatures. Charmed. So I think this is good to connect this. So with the Nature Domain you have more control over animals and prey and predators. So that's really sort of like, you know, if you're like this predatory snake humanoid person, and then so matching those up will, I think, is sort of like a good aspect of like controlling animals as sort of like little servants and stuff, and having different abilities to sort of feed and everything like that. So I'm not really sure what the timeline will be of the vampire. So, timeline. So I want to say born Yuan-ti and then became a vampire. No, so Cleric of nature, and then became a vampire. And we'll go through that backstory a little bit more as well. Backgrounds 125. Charlatan, acolyte, sex temple, criminal, entertainer, guild artisan, noble, hermit, an outland, sailor, soldier. Okay, I think we're going to go with an outlander. Grew up in the wild, from civilization, comforts of tower technology, the more nature aspect of that, can bring it together and everything. So your origin is D10, 9, hunter-gatherer, so that also works into the predatory. Hunting-gathering. Suggested characteristics, so let's go with some personality traits. 5. I place no stock in wealthy or well-mannered folk. Money and manners won't save you from a hungry owlbear. Or a hungry you. It's also going to the vampiric nature and everything, undead, material values, sort of abstract and stuff. A D6, oh, so many different dice. 6. Glory. King Glory. For your clan. 2. An injury to the unspoiled wilderness. An injury to the unspoiled wilderness of my home is an injury to me. Hurt by nature's hurt. Jeez. 4, 3. I remember every insult and received and nursed in a silent resentment towards anyone who has ever wronged me. Resents being wronged. let's get to these items. As always, we'll do 2 items on the good old item rolling machine. If I can get my dice. It's different. I start looking into feats as well. I should start looking into reading feats. So throws training. Where are my trinkets? Where are the trinkets? 159. Trinkets. So let's have a roll. 91. Excellent. A needle that never bends. And 45. A tiny chest carved into look like it has been numerous feet. A tiny chest carved to look like it has numerous feet on the bottom. That has tiny feet. I'm going to say mouse or rat feet. Okay. And what kind of name? I think Lucius. So you can get the Lucssssiuss. So I would think that Luccius is more snake-like, more further down the Yuan-ti sort of phase. So let us go through this. Deep in the Outerlands, in the wilderness, lies a clan of Yuan-ti clerics that worship the domain of nature. It is a deeply dark place filled with various predators and different creepy crawlies and everything. It is an uncontrolled land. If you were to come into this place and try and fell a tree, for example, you would find yourself underneath the might of this clan very quickly. Lucssssiuss is more of a hunter-gatherer gatherer and provider, and takes his clerical duties very seriously. So much so that he wanted to be making sure that he was one of the most optimized predators in this space. Being a Yuan-ti and being very snake-like, he was already quite adept in nature and hunting, gathering, and finding prey very quickly. But after going into the nature domain, he wanted a little bit more. He wanted to be able to control and work with people more so. So he found a vampire horde, a sort of vampire's lair deep in the Outerlands, and requested that he be turned as much as an ally rather than prey, convincing the vampire to turn him. He became and exhibited more of the vampiric nature as well. It became quite a deep and dark creature onto its own, with vampiric nature and traits, as well as the Yuan-ti snake became a prime predator within the nature and the lands. He always carries along a needle that never bends and a tiny box. Inside the tiny box, with many feet carved into the underside, is small animals like mouse, rats, and other things to sustain, and he uses them as essentially snacks, and is always making sure that that little box is full. He has a needle that never bends. Be careful around Lucius, as this needle he uses to quickly jab and poke other adventurers with him while they sleep, to feed off them and his vampiric nature. I think this build is really, really interesting with the vampire trait. Is how is he, being a cleric, how does he also acquire the blood to sustain his life as well? Being a undying vampire, money isn't an object, and will often scoff and mistreat richer or well-to-do people because he thinks that their lives or their values is misplaced. He wants glory for his clan, being the foremost predator inside his clan. Acts of hurt against nature he feels deeply within himself, and does not like being wronged, and will have an unrelenting resentment of anyone that's insulted him in the past. I think sort of he's a very vengeful, dark, angry creature, but wants Mother Nature and the balance of life to be sustained and everything. I think it would be an interesting dynamic to have such a sort of like a very violent seeming character being a cleric for a party, and also that vampiric aspect. So characters are injured and stuff, he might just sort of sneak a little taste of blood here and there if they're attacked and stuff. I think it could be interesting aspect of that. So I hope you enjoyed this. I think this will be a pretty cool character to play out. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your long rest.